This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Carson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Wilson to throw. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Now a give right side. It's Carson.
The greatest.
He'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there. Got him some extra yardage. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passes, thus the incompletion.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. The Rams offense ready. They're backed up to start their initial drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
On 1st down, it's Hawkins. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
From the gun on third down, Brady. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. Now Wilson. And this will go to Carson out wide. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
On second down now, it's Hawkins. Room here to run. And finally out of bounds all the way down about the 2. 89 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. So that run there, I don't know if it's overstating things to call it a thing of beauty, but in terms of football plays, that's as good as you're going to see.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
And he covered a lot of ground on that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
On second down, it's Hawkins, and he'll get it into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season, and the Rams are going to take a first-quarter lead. From the 29, Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Carson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the game there.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know They want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Play action. It's Wilson. Flushed out right. And smartly going into the slide there, Wilson has enough for the first. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. They run it with Carson.
Wrap up.
Still moving. And some room to maneuver.
Missed.
It will not go down. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. This is Carson. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been...
Touchdown! That's caught at the 1. Dalton Schultz, his second touch. They'll run on 1st down. Hawkins. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
Well, we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. These two teams all tied after 1. Okay, set to resume play. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis here. Rams